Got a strange sense of humor down there. One day you're chasing something, next day you wonder why you wanted it. Saw a rich man staring out a window looking miserable. Saw a poor man laughing like his pockets held a miracle. I watched the sunset make a whole city stand still. The same people in a rush, suddenly forgetting every bill. Funny how the sky can remind you what you're made of. No algorithm for wonder, no formula for love. We spend our lives drawing maps we never really follow, trading pieces of tomorrow just to borrow from tomorrow. Everybody wants certainty wrapped up with a bow, but the universe keeps asking, what are you afraid of now? I met a stranger once who talked like we've been friends forever. Said the secret ain't being strong, is learning how to bend together. Then he disappeared into the crowd like smoke, left me carrying a sentence heavier than any joke. Now I walk a little slower when the moon is hanging low, listening to the wind because it always seems to know. The trees don't argue seasons, they just change when they must. Maybe wisdom in control, maybe wisdom's learning trust. Maybe the stars were never that far, maybe the road was always the prize. Maybe the dream wasn't waiting somewhere, maybe it lived behind my eyes. And every day brings a new horizon, every breath is a chance to begin. I don't need the world to believe in me, I finally believe in him. The ocean never asks permission when it reaches for the shore, never checks if it's accepted, never knocks upon the door. It just arrives, retreats, returns 1,000 times again, teaching every living thing endurance without saying it. I used to think the answers live somewhere far away, hidden in a distant city or another better day. Now I think they're scattered everywhere in little clues, and coffee stains, old photographs, and worn out walking shoes. There's a melody in chaos if you listen long enough. Every failure leaves a fingerprint, every victory is scuffed. Nothing stays untouched, that's the beauty and the curse. Every ending writes a chapter for another universe. The stars above don't care about opinions on the ground, they've been burning through eternity without making a sound. Meanwhile we spend years debating who's ahead or who's behind, when the greatest unexplored frontier is probably the mind. So if I leave any of you behind, when my pages finally turn, let it be a spark of curiosity instead of what I earn. Because monuments get weathered and reputations fade away, but a single inspired thought can outlive 1,000 names. Maybe the stars were never that far, maybe the road was always the prize. Maybe the dream wasn't waiting somewhere, maybe it lived behind my eyes. And every day brings a new horizon, every breath is a chance to begin. I don't need the world to believe in me, I finally believe in him. Maybe the stars were never that far, maybe the road was always the prize. Maybe the dream wasn't waiting somewhere, maybe it lived behind my eyes. And every day brings a new horizon, every breath is a chance to